Most people think clarity comes from making a decision, but clarity doesn't come from deciding. It comes from rhythm. When your energy is scattered, everything feels confusing. When your energy comes back into your body, timing starts to make sense again. Today, we're talking about why alignment lives in the body, not the calendar, and how rhythm, not urgency, is what helps you achieve greater clarity. However, before moving forward with today's episode, I want to ask you, are you in a season where you feel out of sync? Not broken, just unclear. If so, She Who Aligns is the self-paced space I created to help you understand your patterns, to help you understand your rhythm and your alignment through my proprietary Align framework. It is a beautiful guided blueprint that you can download instantly and has 4 bonus gifts, my friend, so take advantage. It has 3 recordings, the guided meditation that you can do every morning to embody your aligned self, a self-talk rampage script, which I love doing self-talk rampages. I mean, Abraham Hicks, thank you for this because I learned it from her. And a quick nervous system reset meditation also that you can do wherever you are. You can download those into your phone and use them at any time. Plus, there is a module on aligned manifesting, and it's going to be a step-by-step to attract your desires without effort. And if you want to go deeper and you want real-time support and you're in a season on your life that you want to be guided, that you want accountability, especially around decisions, transitions, or leadership, I don't know, new career, money, romantic, anything you want to create for this year, my private coaching container is open and I can only take limited number of people per month. So make sure that you check it out. And this is where we restore coherence together at the level of nervous system, at the level of identity and embodied action. Everything is going to be linked in the show notes for you so you can decide which path is better going forward. Okay, my beautiful soul, let's talk about rhythm. If you're tired of feeling stuck, disconnected, or held back by old beliefs, and you're ready to start living in alignment with your deepest values, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Michelle Marie, spiritual neurocoach, cancer survivor, and twin mompreneur. On Rewired to Align, I share the neuroscience and spiritual practices that help me transform my own life, guiding you to release limiting beliefs, rewire your mind, and step fully into your sovereignty. Are you ready to live in alignment with who you truly are? Let's rewire, align, and manifest. Hi, friend. Welcome back to Rewire to Align. Welcome back to this beautiful Tuesday. My name is Michelle Marie, and I am your favorite spiritual neurocoach. And every week we are here in this beautiful podcast talking about alignment through both neuroscience, spirituality, and other tools that I love using, like universal laws and human design, because amiga, real alignment happens when there is coherence between your nervous system, your identity, and your energetics. And if you are new to the podcast, welcome. I love that you are here sharing this moment of your time and sharing this moment of your life with me. And just to mention, there are several episodes that are foundational for you when you start. Episode 1, and please remember that was my first episode, so I am not as comfortable then as I am now. So episode 1, episode 49, and episode 53. And you can find those either in the catalog, which is going to be linked in the show notes, or by going to michellemaripacheco.com podcast. The link to the catalog, again, is going to be in the show notes. If you want to go to my website, when you go to the page, to the podcast page, you're going to see that you can click on which platform do you prefer to listen, and it has YouTube and all that good stuff. And it also has an embedded player from my Podbean. That's where I host my podcast, in Podbean, and you can listen to it on my website. Isn't that cool? Yes, you can listen in my website or any other platform of your choice. And I mentioned last week that now the podcast moved 2 places up from top 5 to top 3. Yay! And it's all thanks to you. So thank you, friend, for sharing the podcast with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones, and leaving a review, which is also very important for growth. And remember that if you cannot listen on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or Pandora or iHeartRadio, YouTube is always a good idea, and I have it also there. Okay, amiga. Let's talk about rhythm, and not Zumba rhythm, but our body rhythm, because it is January, and I know some of you have already jumped into vision boarding and intention and goal setting and are already going 100 miles an hour. 100, 1,000. I know some people that are going 1,000 miles an hour, and that is exactly why January has a very particular energy. And I know you feel it because I feel it too, and I cannot be the only one in this planet. The calendar, right? Tell us it's time to begin. Go ahead, it's time to begin. Rush into it. But the body often says, not yet. Have you felt that? And I know you felt that. I feel that. It's winter. We are still in winter. And instead of listening to that signal that our body sends us, most of us assume that something is wrong if we don't push and begin. So today, I wanted to bring this topic and mention something that might feel new to you, or maybe not, but maybe it is new. The body does not follow calendars. It follows rhythm. And when we overwrite rhythm, that's when alignment, poof, disappears. And it's not because we failed, but because energy scatters. And I've had so many moments where logically it made sense to move forward. I mean, especially in career, in my real estate career, when I was a TV producer, even when I was going to med school, like when I was preparing myself to go to med school. The timing looked right, the decision seemed clear, the opportunity was there, but inside, I didn't feel settled. You know that feeling when you don't feel settled, like it's not steady? Like on paper, it's a yes, but your body feels a little noisy or unsettled. And instead of slowing down, what did I do? I did what most of us do. I tried to think my way into clarity because that's what we do. We want to push and push and push the mind. And I'd replay the options. I look for more confirmation. And I told myself that I should feel ready. And honestly, that usually just made me feel more scattered, more all over the place. And this is something that I've learned over time. And it's also something human design explains so clearly. Thank you, human design. The mind is not here to decide timing or truth. Listen, the mind is amazing at analyzing, organizing, and making sense of things after the body knows. But when we ask the mind to lead, especially when the body isn't settled, it just creates more noise because our mind and our brain and our nervous system want to keep us safe. It wants to keep us safe. And if it learned behaviors to keep us safe, it's going to bring us back to those behaviors. So every time I tried to think my way into clarity, I was actually moving further away from clarity. And it was because I was asking the wrong part of me to lead. Looking back, friend, that was never confusion. That was my body telling me my energy wasn't coherent yet. And I'm going to stop here because I mentioned human design and I just realized that some of you might not know what human design is. First, I highly recommend that you get your chart. And two, it is a system that helps you understand how you are uniquely designed to make decisions and find your way through life. There are plenty of readers, of human design readers and applications out there. And I use this with my clients when I am in one-on-one coaching. Is one of the steps that I weave into my align framework. And I'm going to leave the link in the show notes to guide you where you can get your chart. But I highly recommend it. I mean, I even did an episode with Stacy Estrella, and she's amazing, an amazing human design reader, and I explained my process. But human design helped me in my way to alignment, especially with my husband and my two kids. It's an amazing tool. Check it out. And if you have any questions, you can also DM me or contact me. You know, my handle on Instagram is Michelle Mari Pacheco. You can go ahead and ask me any questions. Now that we are clear on what is truly happening when we push and push and push our mind, here is something that I want to establish gently but very clear. My friend, alignment lives in the body. It lives in the body. Alignment lives in the body, not in your planner, not in your calendar, not in what the world or your BFF or your significant partner says should be happening right now. The body is rhythmic by nature. It responds to light and dark. Hello, circadian rhythm. Seasons and cycles. I mean, spring, summer, fall, and winter. Expansion and contraction, like the way some seasons of your life feel outward and expressive, and others feel quieter and more internal. And rest and activation, like needing downtime after a busy day or noticing how your energy naturally rises once you've actually rested. Like I said 2 episodes ago, calendars are administrative tools. The Gregorian calendar was built by government. Rhythm is biological intelligence. And when energy scatters outward into overthinking, overcommitting, constantly responding, clarity, what happens to it? It disappears, right? You don't feel clarity if you're overthinking or overcommitting or constantly responding. You go into overdrive, and overdrive is, what is it, friend? Dysregulation is fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, which is survival mode, and you don't want to be in survival mode. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that when you're stretched too thin, even simple decisions feel overwhelming, like you cannot make them? Or that when you finally slow down, maybe after rest or after being in silence, which is amazing, or being in space like tranquila, clarity suddenly feels obvious? That's not coincidence. From a nervous system perspective, rhythm restores safety. And there's a whole body of research in chronobiology and circadian science showing that our nervous system and hormones are deeply influenced by light, by seasons, and rest cycles. And I'm going to leave some of the resources in the show notes for you to check them out if you want to go that route. When light drops in winter, most of us feel it. How do you? Well, I live in Miami. And I feel it when the light goes out at 5 p.m. or at 5:30. What happens when the light starts dropping? Our energy lowers, things feel quieter, and the body just wants to rest. It doesn't want to keep going and going, not because something is wrong, but because that's part of our design. And as light returns in the warmer months, right? In Miami, obviously it is by March. But in the warmer months when the light returns, energy starts to rise again naturally, and it becomes easier to move, to engage, and to focus outward. And here's what both science and spirituality point to, because I love to bring that here, that point of view, even if they use different language, is the same thought. Your system doesn't move forward just because you want it to. It moves forward when it feels steady enough to do so. Amiga, when there's too much pressure or urgency or expectation, how do you feel in your body? Do you feel that it speed up to do things? Usually it doesn't speed up. It actually pulls back, right? That's how we feel. When there's too much pressure, urgency, or expectation, we tend to pull back. And it's not to stop us or to sabotage, but to gather the energy back in. It's to help you feel settled again. That moment when things slow down, when you feel the pause before the push, that's not misalignment, friend, and we sometimes get confused. That is alignment doing its job. And I want to pause right here because if this is landing, it's probably because your body already recognized this. This is the work I do inside my coaching container, helping women like you, like me, restore coherence so timing becomes clear without force. I can't. I am not forcing anything in my life anymore, people. I'm done doing that. I don't know about you. I'm done doing that. But if you need help with that, come to me. My coaching container is open. And She Who Aligns, I want to say that is not just a workbook, it includes guided audios for nervous system regulation, identity anchoring, subconscious rewiring. They're designed for real moments when you're activated or overwhelmed. Everything is going to be linked in the show notes for you, my friends, so that you can decide which path works better for you. And beautiful soul, here is the only thing I want to leave you with today before I go. As you think about the year ahead, notice where your energy might already be pulling away from you. Is it in trying to plan everything at once? In feeling pressure to execute, oh my God, I'm going to succeed this year, or to prove yourself or to prove something this year? In comparing your pace to what everyone else seems to be doing right now? Don't do that. It's very hard to keep up with others. We have to just work on ourselves. Or maybe it's in looking for the miracle, the thing that's finally going to make this year work. That's often the moment where the energy starts scattering. That's when decisions are happening faster than the body can keep up. Can you see my point here, amiga? Amiga, you don't really need any answers today. You don't need a perfect plan. Alignment doesn't begin with urgency or execution. It begins when your energy comes back into your body and you let timing meet you there. And let me tell you, if something comes up while you reflect on this, I would love to hear it. You can always send me a message on Instagram. That's my favorite hangout and my favorite place to connect with you. And I am at Michelle Mari Pacheco. And if you want to share your insights in community, because being in community is necessary for us humans, you're also welcome inside the private Facebook group Rewired to Align, where you'll find other like-minded women walking this path with you and we can share our journey. And also, every Wednesday, I am doing live transmissions there. They're short, they're simple, but they're great because I come in and we can talk. I share some things that I'm reading or, the thoughts that I'm thinking at the moment that are going to help in the journey that we all are right here. If this episode clarified something for you, save it. Save it and share it. Share it with a friend, with a family member, with your spouse, with your children. Share it with a friend who's been hard on herself lately, trying to rush into 2026. And also leave a review. That's how this work reaches more people that are ready to live a life in alignment. Okay, amiga, you don't need to chase clarity. When energy returns to rhythm, clarity reveals itself. Alignment doesn't follow the calendar, it follows your body. I'm sending you a lot of love, and I wish you a great rest of your week. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I love creating it. If what you heard today resonated with you, the best way to support the show is by leaving a review on Apple Podcasts. Your feedback helps me continue creating content that empowers you and deepens your spiritual connection. Just scroll down to write a review and share your thoughts. And if you love what Rewired to Align is about, share it with your friends and family. I truly believe the world transforms when we come together to create positive change. I look forward to be with you again next week.